Okay, final section for B604, Peace and Justice, is social injustice and Christian attitudes and responses to it. The phrase social injustice is often used when people are seen to be discriminated against in society and have fewer rights or benefits than others. They are denied the justice, the fairness that they deserve by the very nature of their humanity. So it's injustice. Social injustice covers areas such as poverty, racism, oppression by governments and unfair imprisonment. Christian teaching is unsurprising that social injustice is wrong because all life was created by God and is therefore equally valuable to God and should be shown the same respect. Some Christians respond to social injustice by working with organisations such as the Salvation Army, the Drop the Debt campaign and campaigns against racism. Many Christians take positive action against social injustice by joining organisations designed to fight for social equality, such as Amnesty International. Liberation theology is a particular modern development in the Christian church. It's particularly concerned with issues of equality and equality for all, based on Jesus' teaching that he had come to release the oppressed. And that's taken from Luke 4, verse 18. Liberation theology teaches this, that if a law of the country acts against the ordinary people in a way that can be seen as un-Christian, then it must be opposed and, if necessary, broken. The work of liberation theologians or theologians is seen most clearly in Latin America, in some parts of Asia and in Africa. Two of the most famous priests of the liberation theology movement in the 20th century were Father Camilo Torres, who was shot dead in 1966, and the Archbishop Oscar Romero, who was killed in March 1980 while celebrating Mass. I'll tell you a little bit more about them. Oscar Romero was the Roman Catholic Archbishop of San Salvador, who spoke out against how the government treated the poor and organised Christians and the poor to speak out against their oppression in their country. He was shot in March 1980 while saying Mass. Camilo Torres was a Roman Catholic priest in Colombia who took part in armed uprisings against the government to fight for justice for the poor. He actually left the church because he felt it didn't support him. He was shot dead in 1966. Many Catholic leaders have criticised liberation theology for going too far and not upholding the laws of the land. They don't approve of the violence of some of the attacks and consider that there are other ways of helping the poor which don't go against Christian teachings on peace. Interesting. Two things, keywords. Liberation theology, the movement principally in South America, which tries to help poor who are oppressed by social injustice. And social injustice itself is the unfair treatment of people in society. Callum, please. It can refer to issues such as racism, ageism, poverty and sexism. Some key texts from the Bible: Leviticus 19 verse 33 to 34, that people should be kind to everyone, including foreigners, because the Israelites themselves had to go to Egypt in times of famine. And there's something else from the prophet Amos as well. Sorry, that was one of my tutor coming in.